cut him off. Madonna should never have agreed to give away Cardassian territory without my consent.
I'm sorry. I think I misunderstood you. It sounded as if you were implying that Cardassian territory doesn't belong to the Founders. Surely that isn't what you meant.
No, of course not.
Oh, good. I look forward to receiving the signed documents from you within the hour.
Is there something else? The Klingons have attacked Septimus 3.
I'm aware of that.
Are you also aware that they've landed 15 divisions? The Cardassian troops will never survive without reinforcements.
I assure you, the Septimus 3 situation will be dealt with. We will not allow your brave soldiers to perish in vain. You have my word.
Septimus 3 will fall within the week. The Cardassian 11th Order. The reserve units, old men and walking wounded, they don't stand a chance.
I think you're right.
Enough about the war with the Dominion. I want to hear about the war at home. You just married that freighter captain, didn't you?
Yes.
That war has broken out, whether you know it or not. Long, grueling, intoxicating war. I remember the day my beloved Sorella moved into my home. I had a pet Targ. Had him since I was a boy. Filthy meat. But in his bony breast beat the heart of a warrior. Of course, Sorella loathed him. Well, to make a long story short, while she was supervising the unloading of her bags, Sorella accidentally left the front door open. And my faithful Targ, ever ready to follow the call of the wild, tottered outside on his frail legs and disappeared into the forest. I never laid eyes on him again.
Lady Sorella draws the first blood.
You see my point? Don't get me wrong. I would not trade Sorella for all the Targs on Kronos. And over the course of our marriage, I've won more than my fair share of battles between us. But in the end, I know she will win the war.
I'll keep that in mind.
You ate all the milliberries.
Well, then have Sobor bring us more.
And give him another chance to frown disapprovingly.
The good Ranson doesn't much care for me, does he?
You think he'd be pleased to see his guy so happy?
Are you happy, Adami?
More than I've ever been in my life. The prophets are smiling on us. They've not only brought us together, but they've given us a great task. The restoration of Bajor.
Our world will be reborn, and you will be its leader.
A sacred responsibility.
Yes.
I pray that I'll have the strength to do what the prophets are asking of me.
I will be at your side. You won't fail them. But restoration will not come without struggle. There will be those who will stand in our way.
It is not allowed to interfere with the will of the prophets.
Even those who claim to speak in their name.
The emissary.
In your vision, the prophet said he'd faltered.
I can only hope that he doesn't choose to oppose them. Their love is strong. So is their wrath.
I hate to say it,
but this is doing wonders for my back.
I doubt that is what our captors had in mind.
Probably not.
We must get back to the station and warn Starfleet about the brain.
Right. It's just a few problems. We're on the Gemstar ship, heading in the wrong direction, hanging upside down,
And what?
I think I'm getting space sick.
Welcome home, Mrs. Sisko.
Well, thank you, Mr. Sisko.
So, how was your cargo run?
Interesting. It seems my Bajoran crew members have decided that serving under the wife of the emissary is a little different than serving under his girlfriend. I've known some of those people for 10 years or more, and suddenly they're asking me for advice about their children, their wives, their husbands, their spiritual relationship with the prophets.
Welcome to the club. Which reminds me, every spring, the emissary holds a little ceremony to bless the women on the station who want to be mothers.
What does this have to do with me?
There's been a request made, several in fact, that the new wife of the emissary perform the ceremony this year. This week, actually.
No.
Cassidy.
No! Gotta draw the line somewhere. I married you. I didn't convert. And I'm not going to start acting like I suddenly believe in the prophets.
I wouldn't want you to do anything that you're uncomfortable with.
Good. And it's settled. I'm going to go take a sonic shower.
Take your time. Dinner won't be ready for another 15 minutes. And so, the battle begins.
Let me try.
No, you do not have the necessary strength.
And your fingers are too fast to count.
Wait, I've got it. No! Quiet.
Ow!
Are you hurt?
Yes, I'm hurt. You just cut my finger and made me hit my head.
Was an accident.
Still don't see how getting a pin out of a bunk is going to help us escape.
If you would stop interfering and allow me to remove the pin, I would show you. Let me take a look at your head.
No, thank you. Last time you touched me, things got a little out of control.
You are right about that. I was seduced and betrayed.
Seduced? I seduced you.
At least we agree on that point.
What?
You desired a physical relationship with me from the very start. That much was obvious.
You have the biggest ego of any man I've ever known.
Considering how many men you have known, that is quite a statement.
Am I supposed to be embarrassed because Jadzia had a few lovers before you?
A few?
You're right, it was more than a few. It was dozens. Hundreds. In fact, I don't think there's anyone aboard GS9 who wasn't her lover.
Let me take this opportunity to welcome you both to Cardassia Prime. I trust you're being well treated so far. I've been looking over the information you supplied to the Breen during your interrogation, and the results are a bit confusing, as mental probes so often are. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind sifting through the data and clarifying certain issues for us.
You can't be serious.
I'm always serious. You see, if you don't do as I ask, I'll have to hand you over as a legate to Mar. And you know how ruthless the Cardassians can be.
It is my duty to inform you that you will be turned over to a Cardassian tribunal, where you will be tried as war criminals.
War criminals? What are the charges?
That is not necessary for you to know. All you need to know is that you will be found guilty and executed.
However, if you should decide to join us in our search for a quick hit to this miserable war, your sentence will be reduced to life imprisonment.
If you want to end the war, why don't you convince the founders to surrender?
You know, my dear, it would be such a shame for you to die without the good Dr.